This is how to generate unique IDs inside of Monday.com and then make them referenceable so you can use them inside of automations. By the way, if you'd like us to help you set up Monday.com for your business, check out the link in the description below. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm inside of our example Monday.com system. Now, like I mentioned, in today's video, we're going to be using unique IDs, or at least creating unique IDs for all of our different projects or our records. And then I'm going to show you a way to make the unique ID referenceable, because within automations, we want to be able to connect an item where this column matches this column in another board, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to show you how to do all of that today. So we can go ahead and create a new board. I'll call this our example board. Privacy options, again, obviously entirely up to you. I'll leave this as main, and then what we're managing in here is going to be items. So then go ahead and press create board. So we'll wait for this to load, and then we can walk you through, or at least I can walk you through how to set this up. So first and foremost, when it comes to unique IDs, the best way to create a unique ID inside of Monday.com is with the item ID column. So what I would recommend you do is just press the plus button, just search item ID, and then just click that. And this is essentially the unique ID for every single item. You can see that all of these items, they are unique, and then you can go ahead and copy that. You can paste it. This allows like automations to reference, or at least every record can be referenceable with the unique ID when using automation, or not automations, but integrations such as Zapier or Make.com. So that's what an item ID is, okay? You will notice here that it's not a text column. It's not in any way editable. All you can do is click it and copy it. What this does unfortunately mean, though, is we cannot use this column here to connect to other. We can't use it as a reference point when using automations. Say when item is created, connect this item where this column matches another column in this board. This function cannot be used for that. So it's actually pretty boring in the sense that it just spits out this really long random number and nothing can actually be done with it. However, if you then press the three dotted button on the item ID column and go to settings and then customize the ID column, you are left with a few options here. Okay, so you've got item ID column settings. So we can choose how to display the item ID. Either we've got the ID number, which is what we're looking at the moment. Every record has an ID number and we can choose to show that. Or we can select item URL. Okay, so every item also has a URL, or at least it should do. I don't know why that hasn't populated. I'm just going to press and hit refresh. Doesn't seem to have worked. Great job. Great job, Monday.com. Let's try that again. If we go settings, customize, item URL. What should happen is you can see the example on the screen here. It should actually just give a link, and then you can distribute that link. And then when someone clicks a link, it then takes them straight to that board and that particular item as well. But that's not what we want to look at today. I think item URL ID, there are use cases for that. But I think a lot of the time the custom key is going to be more applicable. So if you look here, what we can do is we can define a prefix and then a series of zeros. And then what will happen is it will count. Okay. So we can go ahead and enter in, let's say CRMC. Okay. So CRM crew or CRMC, let's put crew, just so everyone's clear as to what's going on here. And then we can lead with 2 zeros, or we could lead with 3 zeros. And then what would happen is it would change the item ID and then count CRM crew 0001. And you can see here, we've got that example. So if I go ahead and press apply setting, let's see if this works. It has done. We now have a reference number, CRM crew 1, CRM crew 2, CRM crew 3 for all of our items. If I add another example or add an item, call this example item, then this should be number 6, right? So this is a better way of creating unique reference numbers. Now, this is by no stretch of the imagination perfect. If I go back to my customize ID, you'll notice that there are definitely limitations here. So I can only really define the number of zeros. And then if we press custom key, you can see we've got a friendly URL. So choose what to copy when you click the cell. So either the custom key, so you actually copy the unique reference itself, or a friendly URL being the URL of the actual record itself. So that's pretty much it. That's all you can do. So you couldn't start, as an example, at like 1,000 or 1,100. You can't also have like variables in your unique ID. So let's say you want it to be CRMC dash client name dash 001. You can't do things like that within the ID column, unfortunately, but at least there is some flexibility when it comes to kind of mapping stuff over or making changes. So I'm going to go ahead and press apply settings. This should then change. The item ID is CRMC dash 0001. I might just change the leading zeros to 2. 2. Apply settings. There we go. It's a bit cleaner. Then if I copy it, and then it should, in theory, if I go to a text column, if I copy it, it should then paste as the value, which it has done there. So, like I said, we still have this problem of this column is not referenceable at all within Monday, which is an absolute pain. So we have a couple of options. Option number one is we can use Zapier when a new item is created, and we've done this many times before in the past. When a new item is created, a Zap triggers and it takes the item ID value and casts it, or at least just puts it into a text column. And then that ID now becomes, or that column now becomes referenceable. It's annoying. It's a bit of a pain, but it is possible to do. What we have found more recently to be pretty effective is using AI columns within Monday.com. So what we can do is we could change this to UUID. You don't have to change the column name to anything. But what we can do is press the 3-dotted button and go to AI powered actions. And this is available on any text column, by the way. So if you've not got a text column, just add one to the board. Go autofill this column, and then we could go ahead and we should either be able to, I think the best way of doing this is just setting up a custom prompt actually. So if you just select set up custom prompt, and then what I would do is say extract the item ID, and that's all we really want to happen here. What we might do is just use, so you can see here, this is just like ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever you're used to. I'm just writing in a description of what I would like to happen, and then there are referenceable columns down the bottom here. So what I did just then was I wrote in item ID. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and select the actual column that I want to extract from. So extract the item ID. So you can see here now that it's extracted the item ID and casted it, however, moved it or put it into the UUID, which is our text column. Okay, so you probably won't be able to see this, but there's apply also to 6 empty existing items. I have this ticked at the moment. So what will happen is if I go ahead and press save and apply, in theory, all of this should now move over to the UUID column, which it has done, which is absolutely fantastic. But the beauty of this is this column is now referenceable. So if I wanted to run an automation that says when an item is created in another board where the UUID matches CRMC-001 in this board, then connect the item, we can do, because we can use the text column as a reference. And this applies to a ton of other automations as well. There are a lot of use cases where the item ID, as great as having a unique ID is non-referenceable, which means that it's a complete pain, and it doesn't work. So having the UUID column extracted, put into a text column, that then makes it referenceable, is absolutely fantastic. And then any new items that are added as well. So if I go to add example item number 2 as an example, that should then populate an item ID here automatically. So this should be 007. If this is going to load, TikTok, come on, like Big Ben. I've been watching a lot of The Gentleman recently. If you've not watched it, fantastic show. This doesn't seem to work. There we go. So now it has just worked, and then this has not worked at all. Oh no, there it did. Okay, cool. I was worried for a second that everything that I had just been showing you was completely redundant, but this populated. It just took a moment or two. That then cast it over to our UUID automatically. So what we can also do is just restrict the column editing on here to prevent people from messing around with this. And then we would use the text column as our reference, and we could just make the item ID column. We could just restrict the column view. We don't need it for anything. The only purpose of it would be when we are creating a new item. So example item number 3, hit enter. The item ID would populate, and then, like we just demonstrated a moment ago, I mean, this has happened quicker than the actual item ID populating, but hopefully you get the idea now. So that is how to use item IDs or unique references within Monday.com, and then actually make them referenceable as well using the AI function. Just to make you aware though, you are going to be charged naturally for your usage of the AI columns. There you get given a credit per month, and then I think there's like a fee. I don't know if it's nominal or not. I mean, I don't think they could justify charging significant amounts of money for the use of the columns or the AI functions, but just to let you know that if you're using this an enormous amount, you will incur costs, but this is probably the most cost-effective way to do it. Otherwise, you'd be looking at either Zapier to set this up or make.com, which is one more complex and most likely two more expensive, or you're looking at General Caster or Auto Boost, which I suspect is going to be equally as expensive. Either way you spin it, there is going to be a cost associated. Anyway, hopefully this video has been helpful. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.